Hello everyone, this is Rico with A-Zone Defense, and today is gun day. I've been waiting to announce this. I've been waiting actually for 6 months since my initial order. I finally got it last week. So this is going to be a first look, and I'll let you know how she shot. I only was able to put 10 rounds through it because I brought this to the range just to give it a couple rounds because I had a private lesson that day with the students, so wasn't there to actually shoot this. Okay, but what is it? It is the Smith & Wesson M&P Metal 2.0 Performance Center 9mm carry comp. That's a mouthful in itself. You would think for Performance Center, they would, not give you a cardboard box, but it is what it is. Okay, so we want to know what's in here. Besides the gun, you're going to get the plastic sheet that the gun comes in. The gun is optic ready, so you're going to get the base plate, chamber flag, cable lock. You're going to get some stickers or decal. Okay, Smith & Wesson, kind of cool. And they still have the paper owner's manual, so also kind of cool. Okay, so here is the gun. Let's go ahead and clear it. No ammo on the table, empty mag, and the gun is clear. Let's do from a tip to butt. There's a lot to talk about on this gun. I did mention this is an aluminum metal frame gun. It is comped, so the slide is ported and the barrel is ported straight up. Nothing fancy there. However, what is fancy is the lightning cuts on the slide. Very, very fancy, very aesthetically pleasing. I do like the design. It's a very good looking gun. And ergonomics, it's one of the best, okay? Now, from tip to butt, I've talked about the slides, serrations. They come from the bottom, wrap all the way around to the top, which is great. You're going to have a 3-slotted Picatinny rail, okay? And you're going to get a tritium green night sight with the blacked out rear. So you can pick up that front sight day or night, no issues there. This gun has what Smith & Wesson calls their clear port, meaning that the gases from your spent casings is not going to blow towards you. They're going to blow away towards the muzzle, which really helps in keeping that optic clean. The front sight is not co-witness with the optic, so I wish that was included, but it is not. Smith & Wesson only gives you 2 mags, which I would hope for the Performance Center, we give you like 3 or 4 mags, okay? But the mags are metal and they fit really nice, flush fitting, okay? And they come out really easy for that John Wick flip. So really nice there. The gun does give you ambi controls for the slide release, and the mag release button is interchangeable, okay? It does give you a flat face trigger, right, with the safety. The trigger guard does have an undercut, so you get that high up grip purchase. They have these little slots here. I know new guns like the Echelons are giving you, in the Glock Gen 6 are giving you those shelves, but these kind of have these little cuts. They're not in no shape or form I would call these, shelves, but they're more like an index point. You can actually feel the little slots there, so they do give me an index point there, okay? So probably the next evolution would be some shelves, right? Or those better index points like gas pedals. But this being a all metal frame gun, it's gonna weigh 28 ounces, which is 1.75 pounds, which is about a 1/4 pound heavier than its polymer counterpart. I did mention this is a Performance Center. What is a Performance Center? Well, you're gonna get better slide, you're gonna get a better trigger that's enhanced, you're gonna get better tolerances, you're gonna get that hand-built quality, quality control, quality assurance. It's a really good shooter. Okay, and the MSRP on this one is $1,050, which is about a $400 uptick from its polymer, counterpart. Okay, the trigger weight on this is about, when I measured it, was about 4 3/4 pounds. Okay, so there you go. I think this gun is be safe to be a carry gun. The rear of the slide does have a slight flare to it, similar to the echelons by Springfield Armory. So you can come over the top, and you can feel that little flare there help you bite, as well as if you want to pinch it, you can pinch it and it works just fine. Let's take a look at that trigger. So that was the brake. So there is the forward movement, and there is the reset and brake, okay? Not as audible as I would like, but it works really, really well. Feel the trigger feels really, really good. The back straps are going to give you 4 palm swells. It's going to give you a small, medium, large, and medium large actually. Okay. Now to put the palm swells on, this little part here on the back of the mag well just turns, and voila, it comes out. And you can take off the existing back strap and insert a newer, different size palm swell. All right. The only thing that I could say is that when putting these on, you notice there's a little lip there, a little bit of a tongue. So it's not quite as form-fitting, okay, but it is what it is. I'm not sure if it's gonna matter when you shoot, but just so you know, the big tongue there on the medium, large, and large, and the versus the small, medium doesn't have that, okay? So where it just fits right in. Now this tool works to help with the takedown, has a magazine disconnect, so you can use this, or if you don't want to use this for the magazine disconnect, then you have to press the trigger for that slide to come off. Okay, so 2 ways to field strip. Okay. Let me see what else I can mention. The 4 plates for the Optic. It's going to give you like 15 plus optics to work with this. Your Holosons, your aim points, your Trijicons, your Vortex, no issues. There is a direct mount for one of the Holosun models. I don't know it off the top of my head, but there you go. Overall, this gun is very accurate. I put from 5 yards in a 1x1 inch circle. All 5 rounds went into that 1x1 inch square, I should say. A buddy of mine, or the student I should say, that was there for a lesson, wanted to try this out. So I let him shoot the same drill, 5 rounds, 5 yards, 1x1 inch square. He got 3 of those in at his shooting level. He brought 2 P365s. One was a Legion, one was the X Macro with the Holosun dots on it, and he was not able to get any rounds into a 1x1 inch square on that drill. But we're all at different shooting levels. This one is really, really great. I like this gun. The only thing I wish this gun was better is that it had a front sight to co-witness my Optic. I wish it wouldn't have so much sharp edges. This metal trigger guard is very, very sharp. The serrations feel very, let me see, they want to bite into me, so that they do feel sharp, but I do like the design. So it is a keeper. Is it worth going performance center? I would say 100%. The barrel length is 4.22 for this carry comp, where the full-size models is only a small difference, which is at 4 1/4. If you notice, they have this canary yellow paint on here. I put that in there by putting some tester's paint because it's basically an etched in engraving. Once the paint dries, you just wipe it off with some paint thinner, and that's what's left behind, okay, as a relief. So anyways, I really can't think of anything else. I've said a lot about the optics, the night sight, the performance center. The trigger pull is about 4 3/4 trigger pull weight. The lightning cuts, the flared rear on the slide there. The gray Armornite metal is very, very nice. It looks more like a deep, dark bronzite versus a black. So it's called a gray Armornite finish from Smith & Wesson, but it really shines out loud, right? So it's definitely a keeper. And the gun just ergonomically feels really, really good. The palm swell, as far as the width, the widest point is 1.4 inches. It goes from like a 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, then it narrows back down to a 1.2 at the bottom here, all right? And then the mag well is pretty much straight, but even though it has a slight beveled, flared edge here, so if you want to carry this, it's not going to print, okay? What else do I wish I had? I wish I had my extra mag. I wish the front sight was able to co-witness. I wish that the aluminum metal here on the trigger guard wasn't so sharp, and maybe the slide serrations wasn't cut so deep, but it is a great feel, great fitting gun. Does not feel heavy at all. Anyways, we'll take it to the range and see how she does with different bullet weights. I'll put a few hundred rounds through it and I'll report back. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so I'm at the range. Today's a little bit of a range day for the first shots out of the new Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 metal performance center comped, okay? And, I'm going to be shooting from 5 yards, 1 by 1 inch square. I'll show you the target so I can show you that it's clean, right? I'm going to be using CCI Blazer 115 grain. So first shots, let's see how she does. We got 5 rounds loaded up. All right, so let's give it a whirl. Okay, so I got all 5 shots in that square. This was accuracy test, slow pace fire. Let's go take a look at the first round's cold bore. Here we go. So I'm trying to show this, make sure the camera's on it, but there's the 5 rounds, okay? So it's a great gun. I'm gonna speed that up. I'm gonna try for 5 rounds in the head box, okay? Okay, so for this next drill, I'm gonna do 5 yards, 5 rounds, ocular cavity. I'm gonna speed it up just a hair. All right, so I'll show you the fresh, clean target. Head box. Here she goes. Again, using CCI, just regular ball ammo 115 grain. Okay, so very accurate. It was faster than my last drill, but slow enough to get very, very tight groupings. Here we go. All right, so 5 rounds, ocular cavity, 5 yards. Okay, let's look at the next drill. So for this next drill, I'm gonna do a build drill without a shot timer. you know, don't feel like moving all the stuff I have, so I'm just going to do 5 yards, 6 rounds, reload another 6 rounds. So I taped up whatever holes I had on this old target. So you'll see I'll start off pretty fresh. So, you know, thoracic cavity, you know, bill drill. All right, here we go. Again, this is going to be on the 115 grain CCI Blazer. I've got 2 mags. I didn't even bring a mag carrier today, so just wanted to get these first shots out. All right, here we go. Pretend there's a beep. Beep. I kind of hesitated there for a quick second, but I think you get the idea. But the goal is to get, you know, 6 rounds, reload another 6 rounds as fast as you can, center mass, and it did its job. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and maybe there's a 12th one in there somewhere, just can't see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know. Maybe it's a double shot there. Or you know what? Here it is right there. There's 2 holes right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. So that works for me. Okay. So for this drill, it's about switching up different kinds of ammo and doing mag changes, getting 20 shots downrange. So I got the still the Blazer CCI, which is you know, brass, and I got the MagTech, which is zinc plated steel case. Okay, so I got 10 round mag in one and 10 rounds of the other, and I'm just doing, you know, take every few shots, do mag changes, see if it will malfunction with a different manufacturer's brand, zinc, brass, copper, steel case, you know, all mixed in there. And let's see, they're both 115 grain though. Okay, so here we go again on the Smith & Wesson MP 2.0 Performance Center. First, the CCI. Okay, so 20 rounds and just no malfunctions. Mags work beautifully, even with different types of ammo. Okay, and let's see how she did. Okay, so a bunch of holes, high thoracic. You know, so gun's performing well under different types of you know, metal, different types of ammo manufacturers. And anyways, I think it's only going to improve from here once she really gets broken in. All right, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe.